Which one of you wants to introduce this?
Introduce.
What do you have to say in the introduction?
Hi, everybody.
Okay, I'll do it. All
We're
right.
rolling.
Okay. Where am I looking over there?
Yeah.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to Good Movie Mondays. What night is this?
This is
What night of
Thursday's
week?
Lucky Dip.
Thursday's Lucky Dip.
couldn't
Hey,
have-
I'm doing the introduction.
I couldn't have done it better myself.
I need that. I asked you for a script.
Sam, how are you?
Yeah, good. I said good
Excellent.
way too many times.
Good.
Well, last
Good,
week Ben
good,
Buffett,
good.
that was just you.
Yeah.
Good.
That's right, glitching.
I'm good.
Good.
That's good. Let's play some Lucky Dip. Would you like to go first this time?
I can do that.
For the new people that have never seen these videos before, we're just plucking film titles out of a receptacle and not really talking about them, just going on tangents.
Half the time we haven't seen them. That's
Yeah.
the problem.
Oh. I watched this not that long ago. It's hard to see actually. Monkey Business.
Monkey business.
Yeah.
What's that one?
It's got Marilyn Monroe and
Oh, yeah, I'm thinking new. Like,
No,
I thought, is it a
yeah.
kids' film with Thora Birch?
yeah, that's where my mind went. I went blank check, like, you know, that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Is it one of
okay.
those?
Dunstan checks in type of thing.
I don't know the year it came out, but yeah, it has
That's all right. It's old.
Cary Grant.
Who's the Cary Grant? Oh.
Yeah. It's
Frankly,
great.
my dear, I don't give it. That's
Oh, 52,
it went a bit French, and it was Clark Gable
Yeah,
who
it's a
says
whole
that.
different thing.
Yeah. It was 1952, and I watched it because I have this Marilyn Monroe box set, and I never had seen it before, and I put it on. And she's not really the main character at all. She's just this side character. So it's kind of weird that it's in this box set, but it's actually really funny. And like he's like a scientist that's trying to develop this serum to help people age or their age decrease. So it would help your eyesight and your mobility and stuff like
Sounds
that.
like Nutty Professor.
And
like that,
yeah,
yeah. Fix my knees.
it's very similar. But the monkey that they test this stuff on, he puts it into the water system, or the water cooler.
Why
And
has this not been remade?
I
Maybe
know,
it has.
right? And and they drink it, and it's really funny. I was really surprised. It's Howard Hawks.
Oh, wow. Jeez.
Oh, yeah.
And
I'm going to hunt this down.
yeah, it's really good. I was surprised. I hadn't heard of it either, and I literally watched it, I think earlier this year. And yeah, I loved it.
Awesome. I love the sound of that.
Yeah.
I really like Cary Grant.
Me too.
Me
I like Howard
too.
Hawks.
Mm.
I don't mind Marilyn Monroe.
This is definitely on the
On
list.
the
for me.
list.
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
Cool,
I
good
recommend
one.
it. Yeah.
Informative for everyone. Except you, because you're already informed. What have you got, Ben?
You're not going to believe this.
What is it?
The
It's
Butcher
the
Boy.
Butcher Boy.
Now,
That
this is a
sounds
movie we were
familiar.
talking about 10 seconds before we went
Oh,
to
really?
the mic, before you came into the
Oh, right.
scene. We were talking about it. We were talking about the movie Belfast, which is up for the Oscar this year.
Yeah.
And looking for comparisons, and I compared it to like a softer version of the Butcher Boy.
Because I was like, can Belfast be as good as Sing Street?
Sing Street.
And I was like, Sing
Yeah,
Street.
yeah,
Have you seen
amazing.
that one? It's
No,
amazing.
no.
It's an amazing movie.
Oh, okay.
It's the third film in John Carney's trilogy that started with Once and then Begin Again and then
Oh,
Sing Street. They're not connected other than thematically.
yeah.
The third film is pretty marvelous.
I think you've
Yeah,
mentioned
yeah.
that before, actually.
Yeah,
Mm.
I'm a bit obsessed with it. But it's anyway, Butcher Boy was Neil Jordan's follow-up film to Interview with the Vampire. It's the movie he made next.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
I'm pretty sure. And it's an Irish film, obviously, and it's all about this little boy that's a misbehavior, but he's a devilish kind of child. I likened it a bit to The Good Son
Yeah.
in a very Irish, frivolous kind of way. but it's really dark. It's really like the stuff he does is pretty bad.
Yeah.
But he does it in a very cheeky way.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's okay.
Yeah,
it's like,
no, well, it's not. I mean, and he, he's. I mean, I haven't seen it in a few years, but I'm pretty sure it's bipolar or something like that. That he's got.
okay.
Right. Oh, his mum's bipolar. I think in the
He-
write up I saw.
His mum is Sinead O'Connor. Oh no, Sinead O'Connor's in it as like the Mother Mary that he talks to, like
Right.
has visions of.
No, I think Fiona Shaw's the mother in the.
Yeah, that makes sense. And yeah, so
The
there's
aunt
definitely
from
like a mental illness
Harry
at play,
Potter.
but
Mm.
it's told from this child's perspective, and he doesn't think he's mentally ill at
No.
all. Like he's, he's
No. Well,
rambunctious
that's-
and,
There's a
Most
kid.
mentally ill people don't.
yeah, no.
Yeah.
Don't
And,
think
but
they
he's,
are.
but he just he loves.
I know from personal
He
experience.
loves misbehaving, like, and
I'm fine.
Mm.
a lot of controversy at the time when it came out, just because
Mm.
of child being depicted doing these things. You know,
Yeah, right.
worth a look. It's and it had a really controversial poster because it had a image of him on the front wearing a pig's head for a mask with a fucking butcher's knife. Like,
Yeah.
Ah,
yeah.
that sounds familiar, actually.
Yeah, it's a pretty
Yeah.
striking image.
When did it come
and
out?
Obviously,
Sorry?
like 98 or 99,
okay.
I think it was. And Stephen Ray's in it, obviously. He's in
Stephen
everything
Ray.
that Neil Jordan does. Anyway, there you go. That's
Interesting.
mine. Butcher Boy. Look
No,
it
that
up.
was-
It's a great film.
Yeah.
That was mine.
Oh,
funnily
that was
enough.
yours. That's right.
But I haven't seen it.
What are the odds? Like, what is this going to be? What else have we talked about?
Please let it be Hombre with Paul Newman because I watched that just last week.
Oh, shit.
Or Splinter, which I watched today.
I am not joking when I say this.
Sing Street.
What? That's
King
so
Street.
funny.
And there are lots of things in there, people. Like,
Like it's
Is-
legit.
is-
far out. Well, we've talked about Sing Street.
We've
That's
talked
so
about it.
funny.
It's a musical, rock, like a jukebox kind of musical, but it is original music, and it's
Yeah, it's not like there. It's actually a bunch of kids who like this one kid, the main kid, who I'm not sure who the kid is, but one of the kids is Wayne from the TV series Wayne, which is great.
Wayne from Wayne.
He wants to impress this girl at school, or who doesn't really go to school but lives across the road from the school. He sees every day. He wants to impress her, so he starts a band, like an '80s
and
kind
but
of.
music is also their escape from the slums. Like
Yeah,
the slums.
yeah,
They're
yeah.
all-
like his older brother's a bit of a wastoid.
and his brother
He's-
is fucking phenomenal.
His brother is the guy from Midsummer, the boyfriend from Midsummer.
Yeah.
Is the
Oh.
brother.
Oh, okay.
But his parents are like, probably getting a divorce. Like they're fighting all the time. I think is it Aidan Gillen is the dad. I can't remember who the mum is.
Yeah, but lots of is it? It's not the chick from Outlander. No, she's in Belfast.
It could be someone from.
Anyway,
I think it's one of the singers from The Commitments. I think it's the mum is the
yeah,
one from.
she's in a lot of Neil Marshall films as well.
Yeah.
Neil Jordan
Neil
films,
Jordan
I should
films.
say. She was in the Selkie movie, The Legend of Ronin-ish, and all
Yeah. And she's one of them in that. Remember when they used to make at the same time there'd be two movies that were basically about the same thing, like
Yeah, yeah.
Deep Impact and Armageddon, and there was the Ordinary Decent Criminal, which I think is that the
Kevin
Kevin
Spacey,
Spacey
yeah.
one where he's the Irish crime lord with two wives, and then they made a Brendan Gleeson,
The General.
the general,
Yep.
made one, and she's one of the wives, Maria Doyle.
Could be.
Or
But
Maria Doyle Kennedy or something like that.
it is full of 80s synth pop kind of songs. There's a few genres thrown in, and they try to emulate The Cure. They try to emulate like Depeche Mode and all this kind of stuff.
Yeah, very, very Flock of Seagulls kind of.
Really
Yeah.
good music too. Like it's written
Yeah.
for the film, but they're banger songs, and it's just an energetic film. Like
Oh,
really,
okay.
really amazing. Like I love it. Like
Yeah.
Once, which is the first film in that series, is like it's been teetering on number one for me, best film of all time.
Yeah.
Like,
Wow.
well, not best film, favorite film of all
Do
time.
they actually show like live, like do they show the like the stage and them playing and everything?
Yeah, like they
In the movie? Or
They are a band in the movie. It's
Yeah,
not
so
like
they
a
play-
musical where they just burst into
They
songs.
no,
for no
yeah.
reason.
So
No,
the
no,
music has
yeah.
context, and they play at town halls and things
Yeah.
like that. There's
'Cause
only
I
one fantasy
feel-
sequence in there where they get caught up in the moment and everyone
Yeah.
joins in.
yeah.
It's like The Commitments.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like they're a band in the film.
Ah, okay.
Yep.
Yeah. Because I feel like I don't know, I have this like scene in my head. I'm like, I wonder if that's from this movie, but I'll have to see it to
Maybe
Right,
I
yeah.
talk about this to a lot of people.
Mm.
Like,
Definitely worth checking out. Like I thoroughly enjoyed the film.
yeah, I can't believe we plucked that out of the tin.
Yeah.
That's incredible. So we've done a round each.
Yeah.
Yep.
Excellent. Well, excellent. That was a nice quick one.
Yep.
Do you
That's
want to
what,
do one?
That's what she said.
I apologize.
Cheap.
That was for
Cheap.
Melzi.
That was
That was for Melzi, who when she came and did the show a couple of weeks ago,
She loved
was,
that.
She was dropping the that's what she, and they were
Oh,
great.
really?
They were good zingers, but she was catching us up quite often.
Maybe would you like to just do one bonus pluck out of your? That doesn't sound good. Would you like to just do a bonus round?
Blackadack.
It's not a chicken or a cow.
Blackadack.
It's him right now.
Oh, Pluck a Duck. I remember Pluck a Duck. That's
How
nostalgic.
good- What a unique character that was.
Yeah.
What is this? Oh, Alien Resurrection.
Number 4.
Oh
Yeah.
wow, the least talked about of the
The-
series.
It was-
Jean-Pierre
yeah.
Jeunet film.
It was my favorite. Honestly,
Really?
it was my favorite. Yeah.
Because it had Winona Ryder in it.
No, I think it was just because I didn't actually realize when I first saw it, I didn't realize that it was Jean Pierre.
Yeah.
And so when I liked it, but I like his films. And I don't know, maybe it
Yeah.
was just like this thing of like, oh, I knew that.
It was cool at the time. Like when it
Yeah.
came out, like it was pretty cool. Like I mean, it's an inferior film in many ways, but I think it's a unique film as well
Yeah.
in the series.
I think
I
it
feel
was
like I have-
visually nice. The
Yeah. It's
visuals.
visually good.
Yeah.
But there was a lot of trouble on it too, didn't they? They took it away from him and all that sort of
That's
stuff.
the same with
Yeah,
every Bloody
yeah.
installment, or at least the second 2 sequels.
Yeah.
Most
know,
people most people say it's the worst one, right? No.
Well, yeah, I
most
mean, but
people don't
I
like
think
it.
it's a little harshly judged. I think the worst thing about it is Dan Hayter's shoulder hair.
Are you kidding me? That's why I watched Dan Hedaya in movies.
But I
The
like.
Concierge.
I,
there.
it's just
Blood Simple.
awful.
Hello.
It is awful. You can plat that shit like really.
It's amazing. I love him.
I actually like the depiction of Ripley in this one. I don't know. She's a clone in it, and she's a little
Yeah.
bit different. But I like she's almost robotic. I
Yeah.
like her
Yeah.
depiction.
Yeah.
I've really got to watch it again because I saw it theatrically and it's the only time I've seen it.
I mean, you've got the staples. You've got Ron Perlman, Dominic Pinion. Like
Yeah.
these guys are in all of Jean-Pierre's films.
Yeah.
His new one's on Netflix or one of the streaming
Oh,
services.
I
is it?
haven't
Which I
watched
watched.
it yet. Have
No,
you
well,
seen it?
I don't want to drop a name, but I interviewed him recently, and he was talking
Oh.
about that, and I hadn't seen it, and it's out now. So I watched
yeah.
the trailer,
I
and
still
I'm like,
haven't watched Micmacs yet.
yeah, that's okay. I mean, visually
Yeah,
that's
I don't
incredible,
think I
but
have.
story-wise, it's a little bit.
Yeah.
Mm.
But this one, the trailer just really sung to me, so
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to
I
it.
still think Very Long Engagement is my favourite.
Really?
Juno film. I liked
City of
Amelie.
Lost Children for me, but Amelie's like
Yeah.
pretty magical.
I love.
Amelie's
yeah,
pretty good.
I love Delicatessen actually.
Yeah, see, we all have different entry points there.
Mm.
That's great. Delicatessen was the first one I saw, obviously, and then I went into some little what I thought was like a little dingy porno cinema in Granville Street in Vancouver to watch City of Lost Children. And I
Yeah.
felt so dirty, like, because it was like presented in this really dingy little sticky carpet place.
And just the fact that the guys were constantly coming up to you and jizzing in your face. I'm just trying to watch
That's
a pop, pop, pop.
That's right.
Such a
Well,
visual.
would you shut up?
Such a visual. I can't.
But that,
Like they were quiet though, or they were just grunting.
but I didn't know anybody at the time who would like watch that kind of movie with me. So luckily in Canada you can drive at 16, so I drove myself there and watched it.
Did you find
Wow.
it weird when you came back and you weren't able to drive?
No, I was of
Oh, you were
age,
18
Yeah.
by the time you
Um,
came back.
I found it weird that I had to. I was allowed to drive on an international license for as long as I wanted, but to get a Victorian license, I had to go do a test again.
Did you have to do your
Ah.
learners, or could you just have to go straight
no, I
to
could
your
go
P's?
straight onto it, but I made use of that international.
Yeah.
Believe me. yeah.
I
But
wonder how it works with. Can you do it when you're 16 if you've got an international driver's license and you
don't
come
know.
here?
That's a good question, but I know the first day I got back and hopped in the car and drove, I drove about 1 kilometre on the wrong side of the road. Luckily, it was an empty road.
Oh God.
Yeah.
I did. When I went back to the States, I drove for the first time. Like I've been over in 2005, and when I went back in 2015 or 16, I rented the car from the airport, and my phone didn't work. I didn't get the GPS. I had to use the guy from Airbnb where I was staying. He had like written instructions as to where the Airbnb was from the airport. Super helpful. But I'm like looking at a piece. It's not a map. It's just a piece of paper going, take the 5th exit. And I'm like desperately counting exits on the freeway and stuff going, is this the right? And I don't know what side of the road I'm driving on.
Yeah.
And at one point I come to a street, I turn in, and I go right over the thing, and I'm driving up the wrong way up this street, and it's a major, like, 4-lane
This is
road
a
with
movie.
a thing.
This is a movie scene.
God.
And there's a car. Now, luckily, the car was coming this way,
Did
but
you
he
have
was
the whole...
yeah, and it was like, and they honked like I had to speed up. I was speeding. I went as fast as I could to get to a part in the median strip where I could cross over to the right side of the road. And of course, he was coming that way, and
Yeah.
just as I,
It's amazing how like panic makes you go faster.
Yeah. I was just like, oh, horrifying.
Wow,
So
there we
funny.
go. Sam, that was a good one. Thank you. Will we have the pleasure of your company next week?
Yes, definitely. I'll be here.
Awesome.
Same time.
See ya.